Alright guys, welcome back. My apologies for the mistake I have done. It seems like my PC was not on the correct volume, so... Yeah, the quality should be way better right now. You should be able to hear me all fine at the moment as we are driving along with Mr. Huncho Jack. The German driver on the 1.4.9 at the moment already, as Red Bull driver is looking to put a little bit of a better time here in the Austrian Grand Prix. It is only going to be the qualifying, of course, so yeah, he still is able to get a lot of points on the board. During the actual race, there's no points for grab here in this qualifying. Let's have a quick look with Sabi Hartbeck, as he's now coming across the last corner right on that curb. And he's coming across the line to put a 1.3.7, and that is going to be your fastest lap of the race. Obi-Wan Benobi, I know you asked me if 1.6.3 was all right. It's all right, but these guys are just mentally fast. A lot of German drivers are esports drivers, I think, but I can't quite tell. Based on a couple of times. Raikkonen right now with the fastest second sector as he's entering sector 3. And hopefully he's going to be able to put a better lap in that Sabi Hatpech. You're able to see the driver's standings at the left side of your screen. And now it's going to be Raikkonen coming across the line with a 1.4.6. He had that fastest second sector, but doesn't look like that was going to be a better time, well, than Sabi Hatpech. He's about 1 second slower, so still a lot of time to improve for the Haas driver. Now driving on board with Destroyer as he's coming around the last corner here. I think this is turn 11 if I'm not mistaken. Oh, he's going a little bit wide. That might be a track invalidation. It is not actually coming across the line, and he didn't improve. Destroyer, is he going for another lap? Let's have a quick look with the lap data if he's improving by anything. He doesn't seem to be improving. He's letting a couple of guys through, including the Aston Martin driver, Manixito. Oh my days, these names are getting more weird every stream, so. Manixito now down this little straight, entering turn 4. As turn 4 is a good corner to make a dive bomb in, but of course you're not going to make a good dive bomb in a qualifying session. Manixito entering turn 5 and turn 6. As he's now coming across the second sector line with the fastest second sector. He's improving by 0.3, and that will put him in the top 6. As he's going to be beating Raikkonen with that time. If he keeps on improving like this, maybe he's even going to be able to improve a little bit more. Manixito right now across the finish line to put a 1.4.4 with a 3.7 improvement. That will put him in P5, only 300ths away from Mr. Zirix, as the Mercedes driver had put a 1.4.4 in. Huncho Jack now coming across the line with a 2/10 improvement, and he's going to put himself in P7, beating Raikkonen down the line with an 800th improvement on the Haas driver. Flummy, whatever it is. Flimmy. I'm just going to call him Flimmy. Flimmy, the Ferrari driver, now down this little straight. It is actually a turn. Turn 2 it is actually, but I mean, I don't see it as a turn because it's kind of like, what is it? Austria, that long left-hander, right-hander. I don't see that as a turn either, but it seems like FIA does, so we're just going to call it turn 2. Yellow flags all over the place, but guys are just slowing down to let people go through. And as the Ferrari driver now entering sector 2, as he's going to be entering sector 3 actually, as he's coming across turn 7 at the moment. With the fastest second sector, he's improving by 1.9, as that will possibly put him in P1. The Ferrari driver now across the last couple of corners. And what will his time be? Will he be beating the AlphaTauri driver? He's a couple of inches away from invalidating his time right there, but it's going to be a 1.3.7.3, and that's going to be P1 for the Ferrari driver. Still 7.3 minutes, well, 7.5 minutes here in this qualifying session. but Austria usually doesn't take too long for a race. So usually there's about one safety car in the race. I mean, it doesn't take too long, so that's what's up right there now. Boss is going to be improving. It doesn't look like it. 1/10 away from his previous time with a 1:04.1. And will he be able to put himself in the top 2 today? Boss, who seems to be together with his teammate in good papers, as they're all the way in B6 in the constructors. I mean, good papers. It's not really good papers, but they're somewhere. Not at the bottom. So B6 is somewhere in the middle. Not too bad, not too good either. So yeah, the Williams team still needs a lot of points on the board here today. And I think they will be able to do so, as they're currently P3 and P4 in the qualifying. Driving on board with Mr. Raikkonen right now as he invalidated this lap, so he's going for another one. He was 6/10 slower than his previous lap. But I'm pretty sure he's going to look for an improvement here, because a P8 is definitely not great if you're only with 10 people in the lobby. Now entering sector 2 as he's down the main straight. Well, I would call it the main straight, because usually here's where the moves happen. Also entering sector 1, where you've got that long straight, turn 2 basically. It's also a good overtaking opportunity, but there you will have DRS. Now entering sector 3, what is this time going to be for Raikkonen? Is he going to be pushing these last couple of corners still, or is he already having a decent time? It validates his lap there as he went a little bit wide. He was 4/10 up, and that would have placed him in B6. So now he's going for another one. No, he can't. He can't actually, because he invalidated his last corner. And whenever you invalidate a last corner, you're not going to be able to put another fast lap in, because that lap has been invalidated too. So driving on board with Mr. Destroyer. Yeah, I don't have much information on these guys, so I'm just going to be talking about the constructors and the drivers standings. And it seems like the Mercedes team is all the way in P1 with 77 points, and P1 in the driver standings seems to be Zurich, as I probably have my drivers mistaken. I didn't change the yeah. Love it. Love it when things are going wrong. I checked everything, and then yeah, Zurich doesn't drive for Red Bull, guys. He drives for Mercedes. Or does he? Wait, does he? Yeah, he does, because he's in the Mercedes car today. Ryan Stecken, McLaren driver, who put himself somewhere in the middle in the qualifying today. Still 3 more minutes on the board, and it seems like he's coming into the pits. So actually everyone is going to be in the pits today, and that's really remarkable. They're all coming into pits to put a new sets of soft tires on their car, a new stint, and they can be flying again here around Austria. We know there is a bull somewhere on this track. I can't quite remember. That's why it's called the Red Bull Ring, I think. No, I'm not too sure. Why is it actually called the Red Bull Ring? Is it because of Red Bull? Yeah, probably. But there is a bull somewhere on this track, I'm pretty sure. And we're just going to be the flying bull today. Who is going to be the flying bull? That is a good question. Is it going to be Flummy? Or is it going to be someone else? Maybe Zurich's P1 in the Drivers' Championship right now. He's currently on his outlap. Nobody else seems to be on an outlap Although Hunsho Jack, other people are starting to come out of the pits, including Flammy and Mr. Raikkonen. Zerix is most definitely going to be the first one to set a good quality lap here. And maybe he can even go for 2. Maybe that is something he was hoping for. The other guys might not be able to, but Flammy currently behind the Williams driver, or is it the Red Bull driver? It is the Red Bull driver. We're driving on board with Zerix right now, coming down the main straight. It seems like he's not going full throttle. Is he going full throttle? Doesn't look like it. He might be burning some fuel here. He's not going too fast, so I don't think he's pushing at all. He's got someone in front of him. That's going to be the AlphaTauri driver, and the Williams driver seems to be swerving a little bit there. Trabi. But he notices that Mr. Zerix is not pushing here these last couple of minutes in qualifying. Huncho Jack is definitely pushing the Red Bull driver, has got the Alpine driver right next to him, but he was in the pits, so he doesn't have to worry too much about the Alpine driver. Now Huncho Jack is going to be starting his lap. Does he have the fastest first sector? Does not look like it, but he is improving by 1/10. He's coming down this DRS straight. DRS wide open. He's not using a lot of DRS, it seems like. He might not be improving yet, so he's just going to back out of this qualifying lap, and we might have to focus to someone else then. Boss maybe entering sector 2 right now. Is he improving? 24 thousandths. It's not that much, but if you take into account that 24 thousandths only after sector 1, that's quite a bit. 24 thousandths, I mean. In sector 1, there's not a lot of time to gain because there's only one corner, so it always depends on straight line speed there in sector 1. But then in sector 2 and sector 3, will he be gaining time? 700s. That will not put him in the top 2 yet, but maybe sector 3 is where he messed up. Right now, coming across the last couple of corners, the last 2 corners here around the Red Bull ring. What time will Mr. Boss put on the table? He's almost invalidating there, but not yet. 1.7 tenths of an improvement, and he is 2 tenths away still from Sebi Hatpech. So Mr. Boss is going to be locked in P3, or maybe if someone else is going to be able to improve on his time, maybe Mr. Trabi. He needs to improve by 3 tenths to be able to get past Boss, his teammate. But will he be able to? Trabi now coming across the last corner. It's going to be 1.3.9, and he will put him in P3. He beat his teammate down the line, and now Trabi will be starting in P3. Sabi Hatpech, he's not improving. He possibly won't be able to get into the top 3. P1, my apologies. Raikkonen is improving, though. Hey, Arman, welcome. Yeah, I had a little bit of a problem with my microphone, so we are back at it again. I hope the quality is quite all right, but yeah, Obi-Wan was just lying earlier, saying my quality was all right. The quality was not all right, because he could not hear me. Raikkonen now coming into the pits, and that's going to be your qualifying over. Flammy in P1, Sebi Hatpech in P2, and further we've got Trabi in P3. Qualifying wise, we are looking at a grid of more than 6 German guys. I know that Flammy, Sabi Hatpech, Zerix, Raikkonen, Hunchojek, and Ryan Stecken are all German. I'm not too sure about Destroyer or Boss. Quality is good, mate. Excited to watch a new league. Haha, yeah. They also race on Thursday, so if you're interested in racing, make sure to check them out. They can be found in my Twitch bio channel, something with the panel. So yeah, I mean, these guys are pretty fast. I don't think you will be able to compete with the tier 1. Because, I mean, a 1.3 in a qualifying time is just crazy. A 1.3.7, I know people are putting a 1.6 in the time trial. And then to think that people are able to set a 1.3 in a qualifying session, that's crazy to think. I'm not too sure if Formation Lab is on. It might not be on, though, because the Formation Lab has been glitching these last couple of weeks already. on the F1 23 game. So I really wonder when they're going to be able to fix that problem, because it hasn't been fixed yet, and people are just not able to warm up their tires. And it was an issue in the F1 22 game too. So yeah, it's not really something you're looking for as a racing driver, neither as you are looking at it as looking forward to it as a game developer, because this game was just filled with glitches, and after every patch, they seem to be just finding new problems or making new problems, if that makes sense. We're still in the pits, and it's... Oh, yeah, right. It's going to be a 5-minute break. Right. All right. So we're going to have a little bit of a break. Well, I'm not going to have a break. I'm just going to keep on talking, because what else should I be doing, of course? And once again, guys, if you're watching this stream, my apologies for the issues that I had earlier. I might be able to do the introduction right now. Yeah, that's a good one. All right, previous race, we had... Wait, hold up. I'm going to get this all back. So, previous race, we had Zurich in P1, Sebi had Pech in P2, and Raikkonen in P3, a podium filled with German people. Last race was Mexico. Now let's have a look at the track information. Austria is going to be the track today with a population of 9 million people. The first Grand Prix ever held was in 1970, and unfortunately we don't have any data on most winners on this track in this league, because this is the first season and we don't have any time set either, because in the qualifying fastest lap we don't have any time. So yeah, unfortunately we don't have the ability to give that to you. Track layout wise, you've already been able to see that during the qualifying, but I'm going to give it to you once again. It's going to be a short qualifying and a 50% race, 4.3 kilometers track distance. And now let's have a quick look with the track layout. Start finish straight, where you will be able to use DRS into turn 1. It's sometimes chaotic into turn 1, and then you do have a straight where you will be able to make an overtake work either with DRS or without DRS, but it's a good turn 3 to make a dive bomb in. Whenever you can make a dive bomb work, you're just golden. And then also turn 4 is a good dive bomb corner, as you can see there at the back of the grid. Someone who makes a dive bomb? Yes, sir. It was Mookie in my Phoenix Racing League, but he seems to be known for his dive bombs every now and then. And he pulled it off. So, yeah, great move from the Alpine driver. And now driving on board here in turn 7 and 8. If you've got a good exit, good traction coming out of turn 7, you will be able to make that move into turn 8. Strategy-wise, I'm looking at a medium hard, hard medium, soft hard, or a soft medium. That last strategy I have right there is a little bit broken. I kind of messed up right there. So that's going to be 3 mistakes in one in one stream. I've never had it before, and it's my first stream for the RLE too. So yeah, I'm messing up here, but still doesn't really matter. Yeah, safety car probability is gonna be quite high. I do suspect one safety car to be there, although it's gonna be 10 people on the grid, so 2 is unlikely, but still possible. Then you've got tire degradation of around 40%. It's not high, it's not low, it's not like... What track doesn't have high tire degradation? Let me have a quick look. Austria might be one of the lowest, including Silverstone? Brazil, maybe? Yeah, I'm not quite sure. And then, of course, you've got a low tire overheating probability because there's almost 0 corners. There's a couple of well, there's 1 corner in turn 1. Sector 1, there's 2 corners in sector 2 and 5 corners in sector 3 or something. So, yeah, it's not really an exciting track, to be honest, corner-wise, but there is some good racing around Austria as usual. My prediction, I'm not going to do the prediction anymore because it's kind of bullshit. Because I know... I don't know anyone out of this league, so I will be able to give you a prediction, but it's not really useful, is it? And our sponsor of today is going to be Next Neon Racing. It's going to be the sponsor of today, and it seems like it's lights out. And away we go here in Austria. It seems like Flammy had a pretty decent start, but I'm not too sure what tire he is on. The Williams driver down the inside right there of his teammate, although he's losing a position to the Mercedes driver. Zirix retakes P4, which he lost in the qualifying. And it seems like Sabi Hatbeck now overtakes the Ferrari driver down this little straight. Is the Aston Martin driver going to make a dive bomb down the inside? The McLaren driver, what did he do right there? It's going to be Zirix out of the race. And what did Ryan Stecken do? Into turn 3. This was chaotic. And I do think there's going to be a safety car, isn't there? Yeah, there is going to be a safety car. Because there's going to be debris all over the place. And Zirix in P10 right now. He is going to be so frustrated. And he might be leaving the league due to that. But well, safety car turn 1. Well, turn 3, but lap 1. Always interesting. Now we have some time to look at the tires. Everyone seems to be on mediums, except for Raikkonen and Destroyer. Zirix has left the session, so we might be getting a lobby glitch. I'm not 100% sure. Might be, might not be. We will be seeing that later. But for now, Boss is already coming into the pits. Will he be? Does he have a broken front wing? Could be. Or is he going for hard tires to just end the race with those hard tires? That could also be the option. Can have a quick look in the chat, because Zirix is probably going to be a little bit frustrated due to that. Zirix, see you after my vacation. Oh, so funny. Yeah, Ryan kind of messed up there. He missed his braking point going into turn 3, and yeah, I'm not too sure what to say about it, but still, he just took out someone very aggressively. Someone unfollowed me. What is this? Why do you unfollow me? Why? I am also making mistakes, you know. It's not my problem. There's 4 people in the lobby today, and I mean 4 people in the stream. And I'm gonna keep you entertained. So I'm gonna sing the safety car song for you, because I've got my own safety car song. It's the song I sing when there is a safety car, quite obviously. So here we go. Safety car, it is a safety car situation. Safety car, it is a safety car situation. Everyone is driving on a straight line, except for when you're going through the corner. Safety car situation here in RL Racing League. Well, RL, this is actually not a good one to use Racing League in, because it's RLE, so Racing League Esports, and it would be weird to say Racing League, you know, Racing League, Racing League, because in F1 Racing League I say F1 Racing League, and in Phoenix Racing League I say Phoenix Racing League, and then in PGR I say, what do I say in PGR? I've never sung this song before in PGR, I think. Could be. Medium tires still for everyone except for Raikkonen, Destroyer, and then Boss has gone for hard tires. So where is Ryan? He seems to be all the way in P9. He has gone for medium tires, it seems like. But he didn't start on the hard, so he will go medium, softs, maybe? It could work, though. It could work. Medium, softs. That could be good shit. Right now, Sabi Hatback leading the grid here is Flammy right on his tail. Manexito, I think he gained a couple of positions because both Williams drivers have been caught in an incident. Boss, who has lost 4 positions, Trabi has lost 3. You've got Manexito in P3. He has gained 4 positions, and then you've got Hucho Jack in P4. He has gained 4 positions too. So the biggest loser of the evening, unfortunately, is going to be Zirix. And I think I put him in my P1. Why am I always messing up my predictions? Oh, yeah, but you guys didn't get my predictions because the stream cut off. Haha. So I'm not going to tell you the predictions. Ha 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 ha. Haha. No, I'm just... I had Sabi Hatpech in... Wait, who was my biggest winner? I can't quite remember. I think it was Hunshaw Jack. Or biggest winner, Flammy. No, Flammy I put as my biggest loser. So if Flammy is going to be crashing out, I might have him as my biggest loser because he started MP1. It's all knowledge, guys. It's all knowledge. By the way, if anyone is in the stream right now, please give me something to talk about because I can't really talk about a 4-lap-old safety car. Has everyone gone on vacation already? Please let me know. Safety car is in though, so don't worry about telling me where you went on vacation because I'm going to be busy commentating this league. It is going to be Racing League Esports here on a Friday evening. Only 10 people in the lobby, but that doesn't mean there's going to be quality racing here today. Sebi Hatpech. When is he going to go? He's got to go when the safety car is coming into the pits. He's coming into the pits right now, but he's not in yet, so he can't quite push. Ooh, the Ferrari driving really close to the tail of the AlphaTauri driver. And what is Flammy going to be able to do? I'm done. 30 minutes for free. There we go. Zerix, welcome in the chat. Zabi Hatpech is going right now. Did Flammy got caught sleeping? 6 tenths behind. As it seems like Hunshaw Jack is on the tail of the Aston Martin driver. Is he going to be able to make a launch into turn 1? It doesn't look like it. He's not close enough. So it's going to be 4 drivers within 1 second of each other. Although Raikkonen is right on the tail of the Red Bull driver. Seems like Hunshaw Jack is kind of losing the toe of Manexito right ahead. Now it's going to be Destroyer trying to make a move down the inside. He's backing out. It seems like he's right on the tail. But he seems to be in a Williams sandwich right now. Ryan Stecken, is he going to be making another dangerous move into turn 4? He made his previous dangerous move into turn 3. But it could also happen in turn 4 because that's where you're able to make a dive bomb work. Sabiat back, still leading the race. Flammy in P2, and then we've got Manexito in P3. Where is Hunshaw Jack? Hunshaw Jack all the way in P4. Will he be able to make a move? It doesn't look like it. Definitely not in Sector 3 here. Maybe he's on the tail, though. He's 2 tenths behind the Aston Martin driver, and maybe Hunshaw Jack, 4 positions gained. He didn't get a warning right there, I think, because he was right on the edge. Flammy maybe. Flammy with the fastest lap right now, 1:7.0, as he is only 2 tenths behind Sabiat Beg, and I think it's going to be a two-way battle for P1 and a two-way battle for P3, although Manexito ran on the tail of the Red Bull, of the Ferrari, my apologies, right now. Flammy around the outside. Is he going to make a switchback work? Sabiat Beg, does he have good traction coming out of that corner? It does look like it, but not good enough. Flammy now around the outside. The Ferrari driver is looking to make a move into turn 4. Is he going to be able to make a dive bomb? Around the outside, a dive bomb is actually a good idea, if you ask me. Sabiat Beg is yielding from this position, and it's going to be Flammy in P1 back again. It's going to be also a two-way battle here for P3, as I said already. Hunshaw Jack right on the tail of the Aston Martin driver. And Hunshaw Jack, will he be able to get a little bit closer to be able to make a move into turn 1? Because he will have the DRS. Although, will he be having DRS though? Because the safety car has come in not 3 laps ago. So I think it was 2 laps ago, if I'm not mistaken. DRS is enabled right now. So the guys will be having DRS right after turn 1. And I think this is a great opportunity for Sebi Hatpech. Now in P2, is he looking to make a move into turn 3? He doesn't want to recreate that issue that Ryan had earlier, and the Ferrari driver doesn't seem to be fighting here. It's kind of pointless to be fighting, as he is going to have DRS again. Or is it going to be Sebi? No, it's going to be Flammy. He's not looking to make a move. He's backing out of the move into turn 4. Kind of a good way to keep it competitive and just like keep it clean all over the place. So right now, what a beautiful scenery here. Everyone seems to be outside 1 second of each other here at the back, although both Williams drivers in P6 and P7, they were looking very great in a P3 and a P4, but right now dropped back all the way to P6 and P7, although they're going to be scoring some good points. P5 will get 10 points, and then P6 will get 8 if I'm not mistaken. P7 will get 6, so That's still 14 more points for the Williams team. As Manexito gets his first penalty here. He's going to be the first driver with a big penalty, a 3-second time penalty on the board for the Aston Martin driver, as that will be very crucial during his battle with the Red Bull driver. Now Flammy down the inside again here into turn 3. And that's going to be moved on. Manexito is still defending this P3 position, or is he looking to make a move into turn 4? He's going to have the DRS, but it's not going to be enough. Sebi Hatbeck right now, right on the tail of the Ferrari driver. He's backing out of the move. He was looking for it, but he seems to be sniffing the butt rather than making a move. Huncho Jack, the Red Bull driver, has been looking great already here during this race, but not been able to make a move in any corner, as he might be a little bit shy or might be a little bit careful making a move before he takes out a driver. Of course, you don't want to be causing any incidents here around Austria, because you're not really able to get close enough to someone if you crash out, if you know what I mean. I mean, let's say you crash out into turn 1 and you've got a broken front wing coming into the pits. That's going to be crucial. Destroyer right now on the sand, as he's sliding all over the place. He might have had a little bit of an issue with someone, a little incident, as it seems like Huncho Jack made the move on Manexito. The Aston Martin driver will be trying to get back at him, though. He's going to have a good exit coming out of that corner, but Huncho Jack had a little bit of a better exit. 5 positions gained now for the Red Bull driver, as he's looking to make a move down the inside of the Ferrari driver, maybe next corner into turn 5 it is. Flabby right on the tail. And I really wonder what strategy these guys are going to be able to use. Are they going to make the undercut work? I think that's something that Huncho Jack needs to try, because otherwise he's never going to be able to get back at the top, in the top 2. And I mean, you know, the undercut is just so powerful here in the F1 23 game. And Huncho Jack right on the tail. It seems like Manexito is losing the toe a little bit. These 3 at the front right now, making a gap of 4 seconds, making it look easy, although doesn't look like it's going to be happening. Now Raikkonen has lost position. He went a little bit wide there into turn 1. That's going to be a position for both Williams drivers, as Trabi right now making a move into turn 3. Is Ryan Stecken going to benefit out of that? He's got the advantage. He's got the inside line. He's got the DRS. He's got the ERS. And I do think it's going to be enough for the McLaren driver. He gets back onto the racing line. And Raikkonen now in P8. Doesn't look like he has a broken front wing, but is losing time rapidly, as he is 9/10 behind. Huncho Jack now closing the gap. And he seems to be fighting with no one, because he can't get past Sabi Hatpech. And neither can he get past Flammy, as both drivers are right now. Huncho Jack going a little bit wide, and this is a great opportunity for the Aston Martin to make a move down the inside, as Huncho Jack probably did not have a good exit coming out of that corner. Now into turn 1, is he going to have the DRS? Yes, he is. 8/10 behind Sebi Hatpech. And it will not be enough for the Aston Martin driver right now. Huncho Jack needs to put a little bit more pressure on himself to get back to the top 2. 7/10 behind right now. Is it going to be enough? We're currently in lap 11 out of 36. And Flammy right on the tail. He's sniffing the butt once again, but I'm pretty sure he's not going to give up sniffing the butt. Well, of course, if it stinks, you want to get past him as soon as possible, but yeah, I mean, Manexito has that 3-second time penalties to cope with, and it's not looking great for the Aston Martin driver. 7/10 behind Huncho Jack, and Boss is really catching up to the Aston Martin driver, and the sooner he catches up, the more time Manexito is going to lose, because the more you battle with someone, the more time you're going to lose. That's quite obvious. You also see that in PSGL, WR, and like esports racing, when everyone is quite close to each other. The guys at the back are able to get closer to the guys ahead due to the battling that's going on. Manexito now right on the tail again of Huncho Jack, and it seems like Manexito is really, really good in Sector 3, where he's able to get a lot of time on the board, and he's able to close down the gap on Huncho Jack, and then Huncho Jack just loses time in Sector 3 on the top two. And I think that's mainly because he doesn't have the straight line speed for some reason. And I do think that Manexito has that straight line speed that's needed here in Austria. Ryan Stecken right now. Not too sure if he's going to be able to make the move here, but Raikkonen and Destroyer both in the middle of nowhere. Raikkonen, who's trying to get back to the McLaren driver right now, but I'm pretty sure Ryan Stecken is going to get a penalty for that incident with Zurich during lap 1. Ryan Stecken right now, the McLaren driver loses his car, and he's going to be almost going into the pit lane right there, but it's not looking great. Maybe Destroyer will be able to get back to the McLaren driver, although, I mean, 34 seconds, I think it's a bit too much. And he won't be able to get back. The McLaren driver lost traction coming out of turn... What turn is that? Let me get my information tab. Turn 8. And it's not looking great for him. He's got to be happy with a P8. Even with a 5-second time penalty, he's not going to lose any positions. But all you can hope for right now is a safety car. Lap 13 out of 36. As we're still in the Sabi Hatbeck Flammy saga. Both drivers not giving up. And you really want to be in P1 here. Because the more you are at the back of this battle, the more dirty air you have. And if you have dirty air, you're just going to lose traction. You're just going to lose... Well, you're not going to lose tire degradation. You're going to have more tire degradation. And that's not really what you want here on these medium tires. Neither do you want that on the hard tires, of course. But the less tire degradation you have, the longer you can go on these medium tires. And I think right now Sebi Hatbeck is going to be able to get the most out of these medium tires, because Manexito, he's just been battling with Huncho Jack a bit too much. And that means that his tires are going to be worse than all the other guys on the grid right now, and maybe that's why Trabi and Bose are trying to get back 1.7, 1.8 seconds. They're not really managing to do so, but maybe in the future, if their medium tires are going to be lasting a little bit longer than these guys, because these guys have been battling so long already. 4 guys in the top 4. Well, that's usually the case. If you're going to have a top 4, there's going to be 4 guys, but they're quite a bit ahead, 2 seconds ahead of all the other guys, and they have been battling with each other already heavily. Now, let's have a quick look if Manexito is going to be able to get back to Huncho Jack, as he lost again 4 tenths, well, 3 tenths actually, in Sector 2 right there, and it seems like he's getting back to the Red Bull driver here, Huncho Jack, who's once again losing time, and it's really difficult to take your corners correctly in Sector 3 if you're quite close to someone. So that's mainly why we see Huncho Jack and Manexito drop back a little bit, but it's quite frustrating because we don't see Flammy backing out of the move here into turn 3. It's going to be a move before the corner is there, and maybe Sabi Hatbeck is going to make a switchback work. Ryan with a 3-second time penalty, and it is going to be Flammy again with the lead of this race. Oh, guys are like at home here, we don't have any water because my mom forgot to go to the shop, and yeah, we don't have any water, so we gotta drink water from the tap. I've never drank it before. It's fucking awful. So every one of you who drinks tap water, you're an alien. This is such a weird taste in my mouth. They say it's healthy though, but still I don't really like it. Raikkonen managed to get back to Trabi, and it seems like Boss also is trying to get back to the top 4 here, as he made up about a couple of tenths on Manexito. And we know these 4, well, actually Flammy and Sabi Hatbeck have been battling quite heavily here, as we were seeing Sabi Hatbeck trying to make a move down the inside. It didn't work out. Raikkonen making a move. It seems like Trabi is trying to make that move again down the inside, maybe with the use of DRS down the straight. Raikkonen, who is running hard tires, so he's gonna have the benefit of the doubt at the end of the race when he will be on medium tires, and we might be able to see a little bit of pace difference between the Haas driver and the medium driver, the Haas driver and the Williams driver already, because the Haas driver running hard tires, you're gonna be a little bit more comfortable at the end of your stint than you are on the mediums. Right now, 16 laps. I do think that Raikkonen will come into the pits around lap 20, 22. As we're seeing Flammy coming into the pits right now, so will the Williams driver. Because Trabi saw that his teammate didn't come into the pits, and you don't want to cause any double stack. Because, I mean, double stack, we saw it yesterday. It's quite chaotic, and you're just going to lose so much time, and it's not ideal. Yeah, that's maybe why Trabi already came into the pits. Flammy right now is going to be the first driver in the pit lane. The Ferrari driver trying to make the undercut work, or is it going to be trying to sneak out a little bit? Trying to sneak away from this group, as Manexito is losing the toe of the Red Bull driver, and now it's going to be a two-way battle for P1. Who is going to take the lead here in Austria? There's still 19 more laps to go. So we're halfway past the race. And Huncho Jack is looking to make a move, although not yet. These medium tire runners, are they coming into the pits right now? We saw Flammy Trabi come into the pits already, and that indicates that usually the medium tire runners that are running mediums after them are going to have to come into the pits the lap after. But Huncho Jack is not going to. He's going to have one more push lap here. This last lap, maybe he's going for a different strategy. Maybe he's going for medium softs. You never know. But that would mean he's going to be losing some time. Raikkonen now in P3. He's around on the tail of Boss, although I'm not too sure what tire Boss is on. Let's have a quick look. Tires. Boss is also on soft tires. He came into the pits early into the race because of a broken front wing, I think. But to be in P2 right now, it's looking great. Huncho Jack is taking the lead, but is he coming into the pits right now? It seems like the grid has spread out a little bit, as everyone is way outside of the 1 second of each other. Now it's going to be Manexito 1.5 seconds behind Sabihat Pech. So I think Sabihat Pech did do the perfect strategy. Flammy is going to be 1.5 seconds ahead. So Sabihat Pech is not going to have the DRS. And what is Huncho Jack going to do? He's coming into the pits. He's possibly going for hard tires, because I don't think it would work if you go for the mediums or the softs right now. Because if you're going on to the mediums, that means it would be on the softs once again at the end of the race, and you just don't have time to do that. And I don't think it would have been the perfect pit entry either. I mean, pit entry open, whatever you want to call it. He's even going to be behind Manexito by quite a few tenths. Is he going to be behind by a second? Doesn't look like it. 8, 9 tenths it is going to be for Huncho Jack. But he is going to have 2 lap old fresher hearts. But will that give him a benefit here in Austria? These guys are all driving no assists. It is going to be tier 1. And these guys, I mean, they have been so consistent. We haven't really seen a lot of crashes yet, except for that turn 1 incident. So the racing etiquette here in RLE is out of the roof. They are just so clean. We've seen crazy battles into turn 3, into turn 4, into turn 5 by Flammy, by Sabihat Pech, Manexito, Huncho Jack, also Trabi, Raikkonen. All of these guys have made a move on the guy ahead already. And we haven't seen a single incident. Only a turn 1. Well, turn 3, I would call it a turn 1 incident just because it was lap 1. But those incidents always happen. I don't think there is any F1 race where we haven't seen an incident in lap 1, do we? So yeah, you can't blame Ryan there. He kind of lost traction and just went into the back of Zirix, who unfortunately DNF'd. And now Huncho Jack around the outside into turn 3. As usually the guys there into turn 3 have already made the move before the corner is there. And we saw the same happen here with Huncho Jack. Sabihat Pech also has a penalty. I'm going to have a quick look with the penalties. 3-second time penalty for Sabihat Pech. Also for Manexito and Ryan Stecken. All 3 drivers are going to be losing a position, although Ryan isn't. Neither is Manexito, actually. Although, I mean, if he gets back in front of Huncho Jack, he's going to lose that position anyway. And Trabi is 4.6 seconds behind Manexito. So only if Trabi is going to be able to push a little bit more, he's going to be able to get back on the tail of Manexito. And within those 3 seconds, of course. Then we've got Sabiat Pech, who is possibly going to lose a position to Huncho Jack if Huncho Jack is not going to get a 3-second time penalty. But then Huncho Jack needs to get a little bit closer to the AlphaTauri driver, because otherwise he's not going to be able to get there. And Sabiat Pech, I think Flammy is going to be the fastest driver here on track, because Sabiat Pech, I'm not too sure if he's not pushing or like saving energy or whatever he is, but he's 2.4 seconds behind the Ferrari driver, and a few laps ago we saw that he was only 1.3 seconds behind. So he's really losing tenths every couple of corners, and it's not looking great. Only if Flammy is not using any ERS. It seems like he also is going to have the DRS from Raikkonen. Is Raikkonen going to take this stint till the end of the race? He's on hard tires, I assume. Oh no, he still has to come into the pits for medium tires. Boss is going to be the only one who is on fresh hards. I mean, not fresh hards, but the only one at the top two who's not going to have to come into the pits anymore. Wait, is he coming into the pits again? Wait, didn't he already pit it? Let me have a quick look. I thought he already pitted. Yeah, he already pitted. Tire-wise, we are looking at 5-lap-old hards for Flammy. And the only driver who still has to come into the pits. Although Destroyer also still has to come into the pits. But he's just keeping it clean. Destroyer still wants these points. It's going to be 2 points. It's not much, but it is something. And usually in the other leagues I race for, everyone is going to be scoring points. So they have a different point system. RL League doesn't do this. I'm not sure if I'm too big of a fan of this point system, but it's the actual F1 point system. Usually, you know why I think you should reward everyone with points? Because they have put effort into racing and making your league look great, and they want to score points. And there is not really a difference between finishing and not finishing in that case. So they just are going to be retiring in the pit lane, and that's going to be race over. They're not going to be scoring any points anyway, and they gain a couple of minutes of their time back. Because let's say you're going to be crashing out in lap 15 out of 36, and you're 1 minute behind. You really don't want to be losing time behind this. Well, the safety car probably yes, because then you would be able to get that position back, but you don't want to race another half an hour just to get 0 points, if that makes sense. So it's different in the actual F1, because in the actual F1 it's going to be with sponsors and all that kind of stuff, and the longer your car is on the screen, the more money the sponsor get. And then of course you get money for showing the sponsors on screen, if that makes sense. Yeah, it probably is, but these guys are not getting any money, so why would they keep on driving, you know? It's just for fun, and it's not fun to race at the back of the grid and not scoring any points. It would be the same as destroy. Well, let's say the top 5 gets points right now. Traby is 7 seconds behind. Boss is 10 seconds behind. Ryan is 18 seconds behind, and then you've got Destroyer, who is 1 minute behind. They're not going to score any points in that case, but today they are, because the top 10 gets points, so no worries, no worries. And Sabiat Pech is pushing again. Sabiat Pech is pushing again. 1.8 seconds behind Flammy, and he's gained 5 tenths on the Ferrari driver. So did he save some ERS? It's looking like it, although right now losing a couple of tenths, gaining a couple of tenths. I think it depends on the corner and the sector. Because Sabiat Pech, it seems like he's a little bit faster in sector 2. Losing some time in sector 1. Sector 3 is looking very great. I think it's setup-wise. Right now, 1.6 tenths behind. 1.6 seconds behind Flammy. Gaining time there after those last couple of corners. He's going to have a little bit of slipstream. And Huncho Jack right now with a 3-second time penalty. So that changes everything. Manexito has to battle again for this P3 position. He wants to get on that podium. And the only driver who's going to be in the driver's seat for P1 is Flammy right now, as he doesn't have a penalty yet. It seems like Raikkonen has gone for soft tires. That's quite a bold strategy, as there's still 11 more laps on the board. But a hard, soft strategy, I quite like it, to be honest. He's going to be able to get back to Boss, who is on 4-lap-old mediums. Although I think it's more likely that they will get back to Trabi, who is on 8-lap-old hards. Yeah, Boss is really, really gaining time on his teammate. And then maybe Raikkonen is going to be able to do the same. We need to keep him close. Wait, we need to keep our eyes close to that to that matter. And right now it's not looking great here for commentary wise, because nobody is going to be able to make a move anytime soon. But Sabi head back almost inside the DRS. He's not within 1 second yet, so he's not going to have the DRS yet. But Flammy on those 9-lap-old hards compared to 8-lap-old hards for Sebi, I think they're dropping back a little bit, but not too much right now. Here in lap 26, still 10 more laps to go. As Sabi at back almost is within the DRS detection point. So I'm gonna get a little. Oh no, Sabi at back with another penalty. 3-second time penalty for Sabi at back, and it is not looking great for the AlphaTauri driver right now. Yeah, this water is awful. I don't like it at all. Manexito. The Aston Martin driver has been looking great. Position-wise, he has gained 3 positions. Hunsho Jack has gained 5. But I mean, it doesn't look like he's pushing that much. If that makes sense. Hunsho Jack doesn't look to be pushing any either. And I mean, Ryan right now with a 3-second time penalty. I do think it's going to be a close battle down the line into turn 3 right now. As Manexito is going to have the DRS. Is he going to throw it down the inside? He's going to be smart, isn't he? He is. He's not going to make a dive bomb into turn 3. And he's just going to wait for another DRS opportunity. Maybe into turn 4. Let's have a quick look with the penalties. 6-second time penalty for Sebi. And Manexito backs out of the move. What is Sebi going to be able to do? Because he might be able to create a 3-second gap if he gets past Flammy and kind of makes him make a mistake, if that makes sense. He might be able to. I'm not saying he's going to. Raikkonen has gained 1 second on Trabi, so about 2 seconds on Boss. And if we 2 seconds on Boss, that's going to be 4 laps, 5 laps. Yeah, Raikkonen might be able to make this work. He might be able to pull this off. And is Sebi gonna be able to pull this off? It does look like it. Into turn 3. He's gonna make that move. He's going back onto the racing line. And Trabi with a 3-second time penalty. That's not great, because then Raikkonen is definitely gonna be able to gain 1 position on the Williams driver if he gets within 3 seconds of the Williams driver. And now Flammy looking to make a move again on Sebi. And it's once again these two who are gonna have an intense battle, I can imagine. But right now the Alpine driver is gonna be helping the AlphaTauri driver, as Sebi is gonna have DRS thanks to the Alpine driver right now. Down the line, they're coming across the last couple of corners, and it seems like Destroyer is coming into the pits. Yes, he is. It was yellow flags. He's just going for the fastest lap here, and Sebi once again getting a track limit there, entering that last corner. And unfortunately, it's not looking great for Sebi, although he's looking very fast. Another 3-second time penalty. That's not fast enough. That's not good enough, is it? He is 9 seconds behind. Well, 8 seconds if you take away, well, include that delta, but 1.2 seconds. He might be able to pull this off, although seven laps, it's quite unlikely. Does Flammy have that DRS? Does he? He doesn't. It's not going to be enough for the Ferrari driver. Sebi had pech. 9-second time penalty, and I think the race has been driven. I think the race is finished here. Only if Flammy makes a mistake, but seeing how he's been driving these last couple of laps, and races. It's looking like nothing can stop him at the moment. Still within DRS detection. Well, still within DRS 1 second, and yeah, he's gonna win this race. Manexito now on the tail of Huncho Jack. Destroyer gets another 3-second time penalty. He seems to be pushing for this fastest lap. Is he going to be able to? Who has the fastest lap at the moment? Flammy has the fastest lap with a 1:5.8. He's going to be the only driver with a 1:5. Now back to the interval. Manexito 2/10s behind. Doesn't look like Huncho had a good exit coming out of that corner, but neither did Manexito. Manexito sticking on the tail of the Red Bull driver and starting this race. I didn't think he was going to be able to, but as things are looking like right now, it's going to be a heavy battle until that last lap, lap 36, until they come across the finish line. And both drivers really have to put a lot of pressure on their shoulders, but hopefully not too much, because otherwise they're going to be starting to make mistakes. We don't want to see any mistakes here during this heavy battle, although Huncho Jack seems to be creating a 5/10 gap. But of course, we know that Manexito is quite fast down the main straights. He's gaining time due to the DRS, ERS, and maybe his setup. 3/10s, 2/10s, you can see that DRS detection point, and that DRS really gives him a good run and a good couple amount of kilometers he needs on the telemetry. But I don't want to say much, but Boss seems to be getting a little bit closer to Manexito and Huncho Jack. So if P3 and P4 are going to be battling heavily here, Boss might be able to benefit out of that. Tire-wise, we're looking at 10-lap-old mediums for Boss. And will he be able to pull it off? 2 seconds behind the two ahead. And Raikkonen got within 3 seconds off Trabi. Flammy now with a penalty. But it doesn't really matter. He's 7 seconds ahead of Huncho Jack. And Sebi has a 9-second time penalty anyway, so Flammy might be getting this race win, but it's not going to be without getting penalized. Manexito, he doesn't have what it takes, it seems like. He doesn't have what it takes. And now entering Sector 3 again, you can't really make a move into Sector 3 when you're not alongside the driver in front of you. So he once again has to wait for Sector 1, making a move into Turn 3. That's even Sector 2. Wait! Raikkonen retired! He retired from this race. What happened with Raikkonen? Possibly had bad traction coming out of Turn 4 and spun into the wall. That's going to be a safety car for still 2 more laps. And I really wonder who's going to come into the pits. Everyone seems like. Sebi is coming into the pits. Flammy is coming into the pits. And this is really crucial for... what is this? Luke Humphreys? Sebi, this is not going to look great for the AlphaTauri driver, because he is just going to be losing positions, and a lot of positions. A lot of positions, because he has that 9-second time penalty. And is there anyone who doesn't have a penalty? Yes, Boss. Oh my days, he is golden. He is golden, because I don't think he is going to be losing 3 seconds to P1. Although, did he come into the pits? Wait, let me have a quick look. He did come into the pits. Everyone seems to be on soft tires right now. Will Destroyer be able to get back to these guys? Yeah, it's not really ideal for Ryan either. Because in case that Destroyer is going to be able to get back, Ryan is just going to lose a position. But of course, that early race incident with Zerix he had is going to give him a big penalty. Possibly 5 seconds, possibly 10 seconds. Maybe a qualifying ban, I'm not too sure. Yeah, guys, if you've got people wanting to join this league, if you want to join this league yourself, make sure to check out my Twitch panels where you will be able to find the logo of RLE. Just join the Discord. You do have to go to the international server because the other one is German server, so just go to the international server. You will be able to sign up. You will be able to race with these guys. We need the drivers. There's only 10 people on the grid today, mainly due to holidays, maybe due to not enough people being interested. But we are definitely looking for people who are interested in racing here for RLE. Everyone is driving behind the safety car right now. I'm gonna have a quick look how many viewers I've got. 2, which is all right. I'm used to 10, 15, but 2, it's all right, I guess. Thank you guys, by the way, for everyone who seems to be in the stream right now. I really appreciate the time you're taking to look at my streams. Of course, I'm a streamer for RLE. And the safety car seems to be coming into the pits this lap. By the way, my apologies for what happened during the beginning of the stream. Something happened with my microphone and kind of messed up the quality. So, Obi-Wan, you telling the quality was alright. You lied to me because the quality was absolutely horrendous when I look back into the stream. But yeah, we're going to be starting again. It's going to be 2 more laps here, lap 35 and lap 36. And Sebi Hartweg is going to be starting this safety car restart. He's going to go already. Flamy did not get caught sleeping. But Hunchojak, he's got overtaken by Manexito. Not too sure when that happened. Maybe in the pit lane. It's going to be Manexito now on the podium. Hunchojak is going to try and change that, as he definitely wants to go on the podium to the Red Bull driver. In P4 right now on the tail of Manexito, but everyone is on soft tires. Boss just needs to be within 3 seconds of P2 because Sebi Hartweg is on 9-second time penalty, and I mean, he's going to get that position anyway. Now entering Sector 2, they're almost going into Sector 3, and maybe we should have this one. Yep. Boss is 1.8 seconds behind Sebi Hartweg. Is Flammy going to be able to overtake the AlphaTauri driver? They're not going to have DRS, so they just have to work with the ERS. Manexito lost a toe of Flammy. Destroyer with another 3-second time penalty. And who is going to get this P1? Is it going to be Boss? Is it going to be Flammy? Flammy pushing, really pushing, and it is going to be Boss 2.1 seconds behind Sebi Hartweg. Is it going to be enough for the Williams driver? It's looking like it. Huncho making a move around the outside. It seems like he's losing that position again. Is Boss going to get this position? 2.3 seconds behind Sebi Hartweg. He's now making a move down the inside into turn 4. He can't battle too much. He cannot battle because that means he's gonna lose time. He cannot battle with anyone else. He's gonna let the Red Bull driver go through. 2.5 seconds for Boss right now into turn 7, I think that is. It is gonna be turn 7 now into turn 8. He's stuck behind Manexito. 2.6 seconds. Flammy, is he gonna be able to overtake the AlphaTauri driver? Who is gonna get P1 here? Coming across the last turn of this Grand Prix. Flammy is gonna get P2, I think he is gonna get. I'm not too sure where his boss gonna get. He is gonna get P1, and your Williams driver is gonna be the Austrian Grand Prix winner. Flammy in P2, Manexito in P3, and then we've got Hunchojak in P4. Trabi takes P5, Sebi Hartweg takes P6 due to that penalty, and Sebi Hartweg has left the session already. He's got to be frustrated due to that safety car. But that's going to be your Austrian Grand Prix. This was an amazing Grand Prix. I mean, the end was just so chaotic. So chaotic right there. Ah. Oh, I don't know if I've got a heart attack. All right, so Baz is going to take P1 here in Austria. Flammy is going to take P2. Manexito in P3. Further, we've got Huncho Jack, Trabi, Sebi Hatbeck, Ryan Stecken, Destroyer, Raikkonen, and Zerix. I think we're going to finish off the stream here, guys. Oh, no. Hold up. I've got a problem. My my camera has been disabled due to the fact that I went out of OBS. All right, guys. Here I'm back. Thank you very much for watching. It was a very eventful Grand Prix here in Austria, and this was my first stream of the RLE League. Make sure to let me know what you think of it. If you've got any recommendations, make sure to let me know. And I hope I entertained you enough. This was Phoebe Thomas as your commentator, and I will see you guys next week. Hopefully, if the league is still alive. I'm not too sure. Thank you very much, and peace out.